Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial using all new makeup. So I have some stuff from Morphe, which you guys may guess what is in here. And then I have some stuff that I was sent, and then I have some stuff from Bullz. So I have a lot of good stuff. I was just in the mood to try out new makeup. If you want to continue watching and see me go from this to glamour, then please go ahead and do so. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna go ahead and start off with is our eye makeup because that usually takes us the longest. The star of the show is the Conspiracy palette. So this palette, I'm so excited to open. I haven't opened any of this makeup, so I'm literally getting my first impressions. Shane like really killed it with this, and if you guys watch the series, you know that Shane and Andrew, his filmer, who's also like his best friend, they like came up with this like literally on Photoshop after they had failed attempts with the other ones that they were shown from the JEFFREE team. So it was, I mean, it was amazing seeing them pretty much design their own thing. But like, look at that. It kind of like goes in shape of a triangle. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. So I know a lot of people were like, this just seems kind of random, but honestly, I feel like these colors are so beautiful. Like, I mean, wow, like they are such beautiful, different, unique colors. I'm not going to reach towards this palette every single day, but I definitely think that this palette is going to be one that I'll reach for when I want to do some fun stuff. You can see the first row is like your everyday row. The second row is like when you want a little pop of color or you just want to be adventurous. And I feel like this third row is perfect for this holiday season. I just think that this was just so pretty. I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do today because I feel like there's so many fun stuff and I don't want to go for my usual colors, so I think I'm just gonna dive in with the fun colorful colors and just see what happens. So let's go ahead and start. This is like seriously a collector's item. Okay, so I think the first color I'm gonna go in with is My Pills. It's like this neutral color. Yeah, there is fallout, so you have to be very light with it. This neutral color right here, it almost kind of has like a pinky tone, like it looks like carne. So I'm just starting with this because we're gonna go in with some really bright colors. So I really want to make sure that I have like a base. Okay, so once we have that, we're gonna slowly dip into pigment. I love how all the shadows, like they have a different little thing pressed on it. I think that's really cute. So, ooh, that one is pigmented. Literally. I'm gonna be taking a big fluffer just to kind of blend everything out together. Then I'm gonna take the shade Pigmented again, and I'm gonna begin really pressing it into the crease. So we're just gonna go like this and press it in instead of swipe it. Sometimes when we swipe the color, it can just be a little too much, so we just wanna press it. Do you see how pressing motions gives you more of a maximum capacity, which is what we're looking for in here? Okay, so now that we have that, and we have like that maximum capacity of it, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go in with this one, which is called Not a Fact. And it's kind of like this dark, like burgundy color. And we are going to start packing that onto the crease exactly where our crease folds, because like I mentioned before, I like to do this technique to add really good depth to the creases. And just make it look like there is more to it. I mean, this pigmentation is great. We are gonna go back in with those lighter shades to kind of intensify them a little bit more, but as of right now, we're pretty good with that. And then we're gonna take our blending brush and kind of blend everything out just a little bit right here. So now what I wanna do is I want to dip in with my shimmers, and I'm really gravitating towards this pink called Trisha because I feel like it would go really pretty with the whole look. So I am gonna go in with that. But I'm also may go in with a lighter one just to kind of see how it goes. I do have to say, I'm really happy that for this natural row, they didn't really use your typical like champagne shimmer. They used one that was a little bit darker. I have to say what I really like about these colors is that they are so buttery. And I'm just leaving it to this edge because I want to go ahead and smoke out everything else. So we're just gonna leave it right there. I kind of want to go in with that other shimmer because I want to kind of like give this look a little bit of dimension. So I'm gonna take, and we can always go back and retract if it doesn't work out, Just a Theory, and we're gonna try to pop this all throughout. It's actually a really pretty shimmer. I feel like it's a little bit lighter once you put it on your lid than in the pan. Because do you see how it looks a little bit brighter on here? I thought it was going to be a little bit darker. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that color just a theory on this part, and then on this part I'm going to leave it pink. Do you see how it'll have like that gradient effect? Just taking the color into just a theory so that it kind of has that nice shimmer. And then I'm going to be going into the color Not a Fact, which is that darkest color that we went in with on the crease. And I'm going to start wrapping up the look on the edge because I want it to be very just done up on this corner so that we can go ahead and start smoking it out. And I'm patting it in on this edge so that it can give me like that maximum capacity. So now that we have that, we are pretty much done with the eye. I feel like this look is definitely a look that I used more colors than I have done in the other looks that I've created recently, but I just wanted to get a good range of what we had going on in the Conspiracy palette, and I wanted to do something kind of girly and fun. Finished the eyes. We still have some work on the eyes, like lashes, but I wanted to come on here to show you guys a new product that I started using recently. This is the Kokie Cosmetics Precision Brush, and this is in the shade Warm Brown, and I've been obsessed with this. I told you guys that I recently ran out of my Fenty Beauty brow pencil, and I received these, and I was like, okay, let me just save my cash for now and not buy another one and just try this one, and I've been obsessed. The pigmentation on this is fabulous. I love how skinny it is. It reminds me a lot of the Fenty one, the one by Benefit, and the Brow Wisp, and I love how easy it glides on, which you guys are about to see. I would just like to raise my brows a little bit. And you don't have to be so harsh with it because it is so pigmented that with a very light hand, it's gonna give you exactly what you want. I'm telling you, these affordable brands have been slaying the game with their products. They're just such good quality. You can see the big difference. Brow, no brow. So I really recommend checking out this. You can purchase this at your local Rite Aids. If you don't have a Rite Aid near you, purchase it online on kokiecosmetics.com. And a little fun little gift for you is I have a coupon code, THEMEXBEAUTY, no capital letters, just THEMEXBEAUTY, and you get 25% off your order, and you're just gonna be winning. Like, this is already affordable, but you're about to get it for a cheaper price with them. But for lashes, I have a new lash brand. So this is actually a local lash brand from Maryland. I'm from Maryland. You guys always hear me talk about Maryland. I rep my state. It is called the Lashed Bar. And these are what the lashes look like. This is Dainty. I already used another pair for one of my Halloween looks. It was beautiful. But I am using, I'm not going to be using this. I just wanted to show you how it looked in the packaging. I'm using a pair in the style Luxe. And I was, I have them out already. And I was obsessed with these because they have like a nice flare. So as you guys can see, it goes from like smaller to like winged out almost. And these are just absolutely fabulous. Like I'm obsessed. I keep saying that because I am. But if you want to make them a little bit shorter, you can always cut like a little piece of it to make it a little bit more of a shorter length. I like the length, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to just be using my lash glue. They're very comfortable lashes. So they just wear very nicely through the day. You don't have to worry about it feeling heavy. They created a personal code for me, for my followers to use. I'm not getting commission out of this. This is just for you guys. It's called Jessica10, and you get 10% off your next purchase. I will have all those little coupons listed down below so you guys can check them out. I feel like it just takes the eye to the next level. Just such a pretty lash. These are from the Lashed Bar, and I mean, I love the fact that they're so nice and like fluffy, but you can still see what's going on behind the eye, which is important because I spent a while on this eye look. Okay, so now that we finished the eyes, we're gonna go ahead and move right into the skin. So I already went ahead and moisturized with my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. You guys know this is my baby, which is why it looks hella busted. So we're gonna move into primers. So I have these 3 primers from Kokie Cosmetics, which I'm so excited to try out because affordable, once again, and also because I've been wanting to try out some new primers. Like, I have been in a rut with my same primers, which I love, but I just feel like I want to try something new. So I have here a blurring primer. I have a So Matte mattifying primer, which actually one of you guys told me that the Kokie Cosmetics mattifying primer is amazing. So I'm excited to try this out. And then I have Smooth Glow. So I think today, because I have oily skin, I'm gonna stick to the blurring primer in some areas and then the mattifying primer. So I'm gonna start off with the blurring primer first, and I'm gonna be taking this. It is a little runny, so let's go ahead and see how that does. I like the fact that it's kind of runny because I feel like it's not like really like dry, and I feel like that's what I need right now for the winter months. I feel like it really hydrates, and now I'm seeing it blur these little areas, so that's good. That's all I wanted it to blur, just around the nose, because that's kind of where I have the enlarged pores. So I want that to be completely blurred out. And then I'm gonna go in with the mattifying one. I'm expecting this one to be a more thicker consistency, like, or like creamy or something. Okay, that looks like it's gonna be nice. Okay, so we're just gonna be applying this all over. It has a very clean smell, which I like. Yeah, I already see it kind of absorbing those oils really fast without feeling really dry. Sometimes I've noticed with primers, you know, they claim to be matte and they're just so dry, but this isn't dry. It's nice and a smooth consistency. It feels really good on the face. I feel like it's absorbing just the right amount of oils. I need mattifying, like more so on the nose. The smile lines, I need to get those. These smile lines tend to give me the most issues. They just get so oily. It's supposed to be a translucent foundation primer that helps balance out shine while smoothing your skin and giving you a long wear. And then the one for blurring is a jelly-like hybrid primer, which I agree, it is like a jelly-like consistency, very hydrating. Oil-free hydration while blurring the appearance of pores and fine lines, which I definitely felt like it did blur out those pores. So these two are great. So now we're gonna move on to foundation. I actually also purchased a sponge. So this is by Essence. I was looking at the Essence section at Ulta because I never have really purchased anything from Essence. So I kind of wanted to see if there was something that was intriguing me, and I kind of wanted to try out this really cute sponge. It was like $3.99, so I was like, why not? Okay, so this is what the sponge looks like. It has this like flat side, which I noticed that some people like to apply their foundation with the flat side. I personally like to apply it with this side because I feel like you're bouncing it, but everybody's different. And this is what it looks like. It does feel a little bit stiff, like way stiffer than my e.l.f. one. You guys know I love the e.l.f. sponge. So we'll see how this does. The foundation I wanted to try out today was this Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Matte Foundation. I haven't used anything from the Almay. So it comes like this. This reminds me of like the old school foundations I used to use where they didn't have a pump or anything. I just kind of had to dip it out. This one is in the shade Warm Cashew. It's hyperallergenic. And let's read a little bit about this. So it's supposed to be a lightweight feel foundation, buildable coverage, blurs the look of pores, fine lines, and imperfections. It's fragrance free, it's oil free, and it's cruelty free. So that's great. Let me go ahead and shake it because it does tell me to shake well. I'm excited to see how this is going to perform with my oily skin. Now this foundation, another reason why I wanted to try it out was because of course it's new, but also it had really good reviews. So I was like, let me test this baby out. Now, let me look at my receipt. Is my receipt in here? Because I want to see how much it was. It was $13.99, so it wasn't that bad. Affordable price. It feels like a good creamy consistency. We're about to ruin this sponge. Here goes nothing. But it looks really nice. Definitely a buildable coverage foundation. It does look like it's like a soft matte finish too, so that's good. You guys are seeing it right here. You guys can see the difference. I feel like the color Warm Cashew it was. Yeah, Warm Cashew is a good match. I am seeing it give me like this nice soft matte finish. It doesn't look flat and matte. It just looks really good. Okay, so we're gonna go in with a little bit more because it sheared out on the nose, and I do have some redness on my nose, so I kind of want that to be more evened out. You can really take this from like a really natural coverage to a fuller coverage. Like right now, I didn't go in with that much on this cheek, but you can see the difference from having built up product to just having one thin layer. It looks very nice, wearable for every day. And you can definitely go ahead and build it up to more full coverage. I also think it's sitting really nicely on top of the primers. Hopefully with the concealer, we'll be able to cover these little red spots. I think that's from the shadow. Like, this is the matte finish that, as somebody that has very oily skin, I'm looking for this. So this is good, really good. And I like the color too. Because usually with like drugstore brands, some of them tend to have less colors. This doesn't have a huge color range, but for the color, I think this is a closer match that I've seen at the drugstore for me than with a lot of foundation. So I'm impressed with that. So now we're gonna move into our concealer. So for concealer, I picked up this one by CoverGirl. This one is in the shade Golden Amber T100. So on their display, they said that this product is comparable to like a $27 concealer. So let's see about that. You guys know that with the drugstore, they've been killing it, so I wouldn't be surprised, but it comes with this doe foot applicator, and in here you get, how many ounces? You get 0.33 ounces. So we're gonna start right here. Okay, this color's good. It like is a brightening color for me for sure. Okay, so that's good. I was a little scared. So I'm gonna be taking the top side of the sponge, and I'm gonna be blending that out. Whenever I do these videos where I'm trying new makeup, I'm always a little bit scared because I'm using things that are completely out of my comfort zone. For example, this sponge right now, I'm not used to using this specific sponge. So for me, I'm like, please work, please work. This is where I clean up the edge of my shadow. So if you're worried like, oh, it's not looking really sharp and defined as you're working on the eyeshadow, don't worry, because you're gonna go ahead and clean that up when you're doing concealer. Really like this edge for concealer. It got the concealer perfectly in place. Now we're gonna be using my powder, which this isn't new. This is the Kylie powder in beige. And we're gonna be baking that because I need to make sure that this does not move. I'm gonna go in right here and just clean that powder away. Now we have a perfect under eye. I love doing that. It's like so satisfying to clean that off. We are moving places. Okay, so first impressions of the concealer. I feel like it's a nice concealer. Did it blow my mind, or was it like anything I've never used? No. And now we're gonna move on to the other two products that I purchased. I'm letting my nose contour sit for a little bit, and while I do that, we can go ahead and move on to blush and highlight. So I wanted to try a new blush because you guys know I always stick to my same blushes. And I saw that there's this new brand, Florence by Mills. And I've been seeing them talk about her brand everywhere. So I was like, I want to try something out from the brand. This is supposed to be a brand more so geared towards like teenagers. I feel like, why not? I mean, I'm not a teenager, but I want to try it. So this is what I got. And it is a cream blush. This is in the shade Zen Z. It looks very sheer. Can you even see that? It looks like a gloss. Let me go ahead and just tap it. I mean, I like the fact that I feel like for, you know, younger girls and boys who are just getting into makeup, I feel like this is good because it's very natural products that, you know, you can use your fingers and really like play around with and have fun. It's not too serious. It's very natural makeup. The fact that it dries down to a powdery finish, because I do have oily skin, I just get a little bit worried that it's going to budge and move around through the day. So that's nice to know. How's it looking? I feel like it looks really nice. Really nice. So I feel like for me, it's easier to kind of smile and then apply, because I know kind of where like the cheekbone hits. And it's actually really pigmented too, so you don't have to worry about it feeling sheer. Now the first times that you swipe it, like the first 2 times, it's gonna come out like a clear consistency. But once you go in and kind of really, you know, put your finger in there, it'll give you more so of like a pigmented consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up with some powder. Because we did use our fingers and not a brush, and I kind of want to make sure it's structured a little bit better, I'm going to be cleaning it up with some setting powder. And I'm just going to let this sit for a second. So for our highlighter, I went ahead and was looking through ColourPop, because ColourPop usually has some really good pressed highlighters that are just super pigmented that I've tried before. But I saw that they recently came out with these sticks. They're called Lite sticks. as you can see, and I swatched them and they were so pigmented. This one is in the shade, what shade is this? Bullseye. And let me show you guys in the back of my hand, because I mean, look how pigmented that is. So today I was really adventurous because I went in with a cream blush, then I went in with a creamy highlighter. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put the product on the back of my hand like that. Then I'm gonna be taking this Morphe M501 and I'm gonna be just taking that product and applying it. I like that highlighter action. I felt like it really gave this look life. Like, it just looks so good. And now what I want to do is I want to go back into the Conspiracy palette, and I'm going to be taking, ooh, I like that they have this nice white shade. It does have a little bit of shimmer. That's the only thing, you guys know I like a good matte shade on my brow bone highlight, but we will be using this because it has it, so why not? Taking the shade Ranch, which is that white shade, and I'm gonna be applying this right, ooh, that is really pigmented. Okay. Let me go back in with the smaller brush. This is my JH42 brush, and this is for brow bone highlight too, but I'm just gonna be taking a little bit. It's Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and they have very pigmented eyeshadow, so I should have known better. I like literally dipped in there like there was no tomorrow. But I mean, look at that shimmer. Just going in and blending that out so it doesn't have any harshness. I do quickly want to say, if you are going to be using this vanilla shade as a brow bone highlight, tap very lightly, use very little, so you don't use a lot. But if you're going to be using it all over your lid, it's pigmented. It is pigmented. Ranch is ready to go. So there we have that. Now I want to go in and do a little bit of lower lash line work. I feel like the colors are just too pretty for me not to drag them down below and smoke that up and take things to the next level. So I'm going to go in with the next best thing, which is pigment, and I'm going to be applying that on my lower lash line. I feel like it wraps up the look. So it just looks really nice, and we're just going to be taking it halfway through. I don't want to take it all the way through because, like I mentioned, it's still a daytime look, so I want this part to still kind of be lighter and brighter. Okay, so I'm going to be taking this brush. This is my JH39 brush, perfect for a little pop in the inner tear duct. We're going to be going in and back in with that shade Ranch that we have up here because we saw how pigmented that was, and we are just going to be popping that right there for an inner tear duct glow. And you just want to be very light with it. You don't want it to take up too much space because you just want it to be like a little pop, you know what I mean? And it's a very pigmented color, as you guys saw, so less is more with this. For the lips, I have the Shane Dawson metallic lipstick in I Gotta Go. The packaging is so cute too. Look, I love it. It literally says Shane Dawson on it. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Okay, so I don't know if this will match. I don't know if, yeah, I don't think this is gonna match what I have going on, so we may have to use this another time. Now that we have to kind of retrack, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a combination of newer lip products that I own. I'm gonna be using the Jeffree Star Mannequin lipstick, and I'm gonna be using the Artist Couture lip gloss on top, but I do want to line. Now that they sell KKW Beauty at Ulta, like, I just have been really going ham. So I'm gonna apply this. This is nude number 2.5. Have that on, nude number 2.5, and then I'm going to be using this shade, which is Mannequin. I'm just kind of putting it on top of the lip liner just so that it can kind of like blend in and the lip liner doesn't look so harsh against it because the lip liner is darker. Now we're going to go in with the Artist Couture lipstick, and this one is in the shade Uncensored. I like this because I feel like the lip really let the eye have its moment. So I finished my entire look. I went ahead and got dressed because I wanted to kind of show you guys like the final product with clothes on. I have to say that I'm really impressed with everything that I tried out today. There was no like big fails. Like there was nothing that I was like, whoa, this is like not working out for me. Everything worked out really well. Everything else worked pretty well, but what I want to do today that I haven't done in previous videos where I'm trying out new makeup is wear it for the entire day and show you guys my final thoughts on everything and you know how it looks at the end of the day. I'll see you guys later and then we can share our final thoughts. So I am back right now. It is about to be 4 p.m. and I've worn this makeup for the entire day. And I just want to give you guys like some final thoughts on everything, on all this new makeup that I've tried out. And I have to say it's actually holding up pretty well, which I'm impressed. You can see that the foundation that we use, the Almay foundation, definitely does have some oil peeking through, but it's not that bad. Like it's actually really nicely still in place. So I definitely would recommend checking this out. You can find this at Ulta. That's where I purchased it for $13.99. And I did purchase this in the shade Warm Cashew, which I think is a really good fit for me. The only thing about this is that I feel like I wish it came with a pump. That's the only thing. I wish it came with a pump. But other than that, I really like the consistency of it. It was a little bit runny, which I was kind of shocked that it was able to hold up so nice and in place and matte for the day, because I was expecting this to get a little bit more like dewy because of how like hydrating it was, but it laid really nicely. And I think another thing that really helped it were the two primers that I used. You guys saw that I used the So Matte by Kokie Cosmetics and the blurring primer. These were magic. This is blurring, but it's not one of those silicone-y feeling primers that like ends up clogging your pores. I find that it smooths my skin, but it hydrates at the same time. And I think it's because of the fact that this is a jelly-like primer. It has that nice gel-like consistency. It just feels so hydrating on the skin, and I did notice a good amount of smoothing on the areas where I did go ahead and take it, which is kind of around my nose. So this is one that I really was impressed with. Very different than any other blurring primer I've personally tried. And then the So Matte primer was really nice as well. I placed it in these areas where I tend to get very oily, and I feel like it helped kind of keep those areas intact. You guys can see that my T-zone and my smile lines don't look as oily as they do with other products around this time of the day. So that is very impressive. So I would definitely recommend these products together. They were really good. I will have all these products linked down below so you guys can go ahead and check them out on your own. Everything else performed really well. I did put the concealer away, which was the CoverGirl concealer. I felt like it was nice, but it wasn't anything that completely like blew me off my socks. It reminds me a lot of other consistencies I've tried. You can see the blush is still in place, the highlight, the eyeshadow looks bomb. Sometimes my eyeshadow tends to like crease in and separate, and this palette did not do that. So definitely working for me. So yeah, I'm really happy and satisfied with all the new products that I tried today. If you guys want to see more videos of me trying out new makeup, let me know down below, and also give this video a big thumbs up. Helps me kind of figure out what you guys like to see and what you don't like to see, and also helps me to continue doing these videos. So thumbs it up. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope that you enjoyed this video enough to stick around and become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. So go ahead and subscribe, and while you're at it, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you get notified as soon as I upload every single time. That being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.